Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Rusty Rides Gravel. We're up in the Highlands today. We're at the northern end of Loch Trieg and our plan is to go to Corrour Station and Loch Ossian today, do a big old loop. Let's have a look at what we're doing. We will head west along Glen Spean, along the southern parallel road towards Roy Bridge in Inveroy. We then head south along the side of the Grey Corries and Lairig Leacach, up to the Little Boggy and along to the southern end of Loch Trieg. We will then follow the route of the railway to Corrour Station before heading off along the northern shore of Loch Ossian. Then it's north along Strath Ossian, back to Glen Spean and back to our start at the northern end of Loch Trieg. So this has always been a little bit of a bucket list item for me, and I've always wanted to do this loop, but I've always been struggling to find how to get there and back in a day almost. So I found a car park that I think I can do the ride from, and here we go. Let's see what happens. So I'm just scouting at the very start of the route. I think I want to follow this path through here. Looks like a path, doesn't it? Let's give it a go, see what happens. So let's talk about this parallel road then. This old tramway. Very boggy, very overgrown. It's got some bridges that are out, there's big holes that go down like 3 or 4 meters into the void. Not one for the faint of heart. Probably not even one for a mountain bike either. It's a bit of a wet struggle. I've already got soaking feet. Mud all through the derailleur. If you don't fancy this bit, you can just cut it out and there's a road down there that you can do, which should be much nicer. But then once you're up here though, you do get some awesome views. Don't know if you can just make out that forest track over there. I think that's where we're going. That's our safe place once we get off this very boggy, very brackeny, probably full of ticks footpath. You know, when you look at Komoot or Strava and you wonder why there's a path there, but why is there no information? Why is there no heat map on it? I can see why no one comes this way now. I can't in good faith recommend this part of the route unless you are crazy. If you're crazy, go for it, it's good fun. But no, it's wet and boggy. So here we are back on the parallel roads again. After that nice little gravel track, it's back to the bog and the heather and the single track. For those of you wondering why I bought the mountain bike and not the gravel bike, because like Corrour Station and the Ossian loop is famously a gravel ride. It was for this bit on the north side. I wasn't sure what I was going to be getting. And I'm so glad I brought this bike because the gravel bike would have been horrendous. There's a lot of these broken little old bridges going along. So quite a lot of getting off and getting on the bike again. Well, Rusty, you've picked another doozy again. After last time's ride in the Cheviots, you thought you might want to avoid crazy long hiker bike muddy sections. But here we are again. I think we got to follow that parallel road right over that ridge in the horizon there. So it's still a fair old bit of bog trotting to go. Look at the views though down there. Glen Spean looking lovely with the railway track right down the middle. I think I'm going to ditch these parallel roads and go down this gravel track and get some pace on and get ourselves back up onto the route again, because this is taking forever and I am bored with it. Right, that's quite enough of Rusty Hikes a Bike. This channel's not called that, it's called Rusty Rides Gravel. So let's get on this gravel track, do a little detour from what I originally intended and get back on the route. Okay, we're back on course, having diverted off the parallel road. That little gravel track I took was 100% better, more fun, faster. Yes, unless you really like to struggle, I probably wouldn't recommend doing that bit. Just do the gravel tracks in the forest below. But now I know, you know, if I hadn't come along here I wouldn't have known. Right, let's keep going. So we're just continuing up this estate track, up into the valley. Not too bad, not much to report. The trees are really nice to be in. Surface is pretty good. Sometimes a bit bumpy, but this is 100% gravel bike terrain just here. Oh, just got to get to the top now. Wow, this glen is stunning, absolutely magnificent to ride through. I can't possibly show you all the amazing views. It keeps changing. Every corner gives me a different panorama. You're just going to have to come up here to see it for yourself. It is very good. Oh, right, I think we've got a bit of downhill now. Looking forward to this. Here we are then, at the Boggy, at the end of the track. That was absolutely stunning. I really enjoyed that. Lairig Leacach is in a stunning location on the Old Drovers Road linking the Great Glen with the south. It has been maintained by the MBA since 1977 and is popular with walkers and cyclists who travel through the pass or who are climbing the hills into the Grey Corries range. Right, quick bite to eat and then we've got to go down there. Now the track does get a bit iffy, I hear. So it should be fun doing a bit more bog trotting, I wonder. Let's go and find out. This is actually harder than I thought it would be. Even with the help of gravity, it is sticky and gooey. I lose a lot of power just trying to get out of the bog that I just fell in. There's no way, absolutely no way I would cycle the other way on this at all. I'd be absolutely crazy. This is the only way I'd consider cycling this route. But the views are obviously amazing. I would argue well worth the hassle of trying to push and walk and cycle your bike through all the bog. Absolutely stunning here. I have to admit, I did rather naively think that I would just be able to just bomb down this. I thought it'd be slightly boggy, but still perfectly rideable. I didn't anticipate it just disappearing and having nowhere to go and just having to make it up myself. Oh, it's taken all my energy, all my energy. Just want to jump in that water. I am pleased to be out of that ravine and out of that blooming valley. Oh, that was tough and took forever. But now we're going to go around the edge of the loch here onto the track and head up to that tree line. That tree line, that's where the railway track is. Follow the railway line over to the station and chill out by the loch. Let's do it. Whew. That was a stiff climb up from the loch there. Hopefully that's done now. Whew. Let's go and find a snack. There we are, Corrour Station. Got there just in time to see the train come along. I had a massive vegan flapjack and 2 cans of Coke. Felt like I needed sugar. Corrour Station was built by the West Highland Railway between 1893 and 1894. It is the highest mainline railway station in the United Kingdom, on its line linking Glasgow with Fort William. Coro was originally intended to be merely a passing place on the long section between Rannoch and Tulloch. However, from its opening, its small island platform was used as a station, and the name Coro was also used. This station and line along Rannoch Moor has featured in films such as Trainspotting and Harry Potter. But that's good now. So, what was that, 3:30 to get there, set off just after 8. It's been another long day. But now let's go and have a look at this Loch Ossian gravel. That's the road to the Isles over there, takes you down to Rannoch. That's the route I also want to do at some point, but not today. That's Loch Ossian, over and done with all too quickly. Little climb out of the glen there, and then we look at Glen Ossian. Wow, what a day indeed. Way longer than anticipated, but really enjoyable nonetheless. We're just on the last few K back now to the starting point. I thought I'd have a few thoughts. Stats on screen below as always. So starting from this morning, going on the parallel roads. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend them. I'd probably recommend staying down on the forest tracks or the actual road itself around that bit. And then the Roy Bridge to Corrour Pass. Oh my wow. Oh my wow. Leave that one to the walkers. Unless you really love a challenge. I probably won't ever want to do that again. But the views were amazing though. This is the problem, you see. You have to take the sacrifices to get the good views. Definitely worth it for that. Being up in that glen was amazing. And obviously Loch Ossian, Corrour Station, absolutely fantastic. Highly recommend you try and get there if you ever can. Just ride that gravel around there. All of that area looks amazing. And then the track back out into Glean Spean, that was fantastic as well. Quite busy. There's quite a lot of traffic on there, actually more than I was expecting. But it's really easy to cycle, really smooth. I really wanted my gravel bike for that one. So I think in general I've really enjoyed today. I think I've enjoyed the discovery, the exploration, the hiker bike. Still want to enjoy it. Type 2 fun hiker bike. Type 1 fun was the gravel around Loch Ossian. And now we're just going to mosey back to the start and get a drink because I am really thirsty. and I've drunk all my water. So I think that'll do for today. Thanks for watching, everybody. That was a bit of a mammoth trek, worth it in the end. And I'll see you on the next ride.